Hello, 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 beautiful, awesome, amazing people. How are you all doing today? We're here somewhat early in the evening, going to have a little bit of an evening stream. So let me see. Let me go ahead and first things first, drop some notifications for everybody. Let everybody know that we are here and we are live. Secondly, I'll go ahead and get comments pulled up on my second monitor here. Today we're going to be talking about you're looking at your anxiety the wrong way. So we're going to be introducing, if I can talk today, we're going to be introducing a new perspective, a new way to view your anxiety and your anxiety symptoms, all of those amazing symptoms that come with anxiety, right? Sarcasm, physical symptoms, mental symptoms, everything in between. We're going to hopefully, by the time you are done watching this stream, you are going to walk away with a brand new perspective that can help you to get into that accepting zone, that accepting attitude, so to speak, right? We know that the main objective with anxiety is to leave it alone so that it will leave you alone. Stop aggravating your nervous system with all of the negativity and the worry that you do over your physical symptoms and your mental symptoms. So yeah, again, hopefully you leave today's stream with a changed perspective, and maybe you can keep a fresh mindset towards your anxiety that helps kind of ease you into that accepting attitude. So, hi Wonder Bro, hello. Amanda's going to get first today. Ivan comes in second place. What is up, Ivan? Hope you're doing fantastic. Howdy, mister. Hello, Ghost. How you doing? Sky, what is up, Sky? How you doing? We got Mint in the house. What's up, Mint? So yeah, we're hopefully going to, as long as we stay on this sleep schedule, we're hopefully going to be continue streaming around this time in the afternoon, the evening. So we'll see how that goes. Chat's starting to fill up. I'm going to send out one more notification for the stream before we get it started, and then we'll jump into it. All right, there we go. All right, guys. I don't think we have to wait around too long today. Let's go ahead and jump into the point of today's stream. You're looking at your anxiety the wrong way. So, everyone watching this stream, we're just going to go for it. Everybody watching this stream, everyone who will watch this stream in the future, can agree upon one thing as far as anxiety is concerned. And what is that one thing? That one thing is, don't like the symptoms, right? Don't care too much for the symptoms, whether it be the physical symptoms, the mental symptoms, all the in between, everything far and in between. I think that's the one thing that anybody watching this stream now or watching it in the future can agree upon. Don't like the symptoms. So it puts us in a situation, right? It puts us in a situation when you don't like the symptoms, you don't care for the symptoms, you start to get frustrated, you start to get aggravated, and most importantly, you start to scare yourself. You start to really work yourself up and scare yourself. And this is what Dr. Claire Weeks called second fear, right? Second fear. Second fear is any sort of scaring yourself with the way that you speak to yourself. So today, we are going to be introducing hopefully a brand new fresh perspective for you to be able to look at your anxiety and maybe help work yourself into that accepting mindset. You know, if it puts you there just a little bit, then that's what we're going for. So what is this new perspective that you can start to glimpse your anxiety in? This new perspective is quite simple. It is to look at the anxiety for what it really is. Now, some of you who've been watching a while, you've heard us talk about the aggressive approach to acceptance, right? Like, F it, bring it on, you know, I can handle it, you know, the more aggressive inner voice, which is fine. If you're a fan of that, absolutely fine. I love that one. But today, the inner voice and the practice that we're going to be speaking about is going to be aimed at less of the aggressive approach to acceptance and more just using the facts to your advantage. And what I mean by that is, you can start to glimpse your anxiety when you're starting to feel really, really crappy. You can remind yourself that this anxiety is your guardian angel. It is your bodyguard, right? Now, that's a bit of a different approach as compared to the aggressive accepting approach. But here's the thing. They both accomplish the same thing. They're both trying to get you to a point where you're doing less worry, right, and less freaking out. So yeah, that's the perspective that we're going to be talking about today. Now, when I call anxiety your overprotective bodyguard or guardian angel, Some of you might think, well, that's a little cheesy, that's a little corny, but hear me out. It really much is. It very much is your overprotective bodyguard slash guardian angel, whatever you would like to call it. Anxiety is nothing more than your body's built-in protection mechanism trying to warn you of some sort of danger, and it does that by getting you prepared to fight that danger or flee from that danger, and along with that false alarm comes all of these lovely symptoms that you just enjoy oh so much, right? Both physical and mental. So again, the main problem is that people then freak out about that, and the freaking out, the scaring yourself just makes the amygdala say, hey, I guess you need more protection. So it's a cycle. So this new perspective that you can start to glimpse your anxiety in, even if just for a second, is very, very true. It is just a protection mechanism. It's trying to save your life. It wants to save your life, and it wants to make sure that you're nice and prepared for whatever danger is out there. Of course, there is no real danger lurking out there as you're sitting here watching the stream, but your brain doesn't know that. So really, when I say, hey guys, next time you feel intense anxiety, remind yourself that it's just your overprotective bodyguard, your big brother, your big sister, your guardian angel looking out for you. It just doesn't know any better, and you've got to teach it now. You've got to teach it that danger doesn't exist. It doesn't know any better, but nonetheless, it's still trying to save you. It's still trying to help you. In fact, nothing in your life has probably ever loved and cared for you as much as your anxiety has. Isn't that strange, hearing it put that way? Who can agree on that? It's pretty strange, isn't it? When I say nothing in your life has ever loved you and cared for you as much as your anxiety has, and it's so true. Now, it's a little out of whack, and it's a little intense and high because we've accidentally set it that high with all of the fighting and the fearful thinking, right? But nonetheless, it is still loving and caring and trying to save your ass, trying to save your life. It very much is your guardian angel or your bodyguard. Now, the problem is, most people don't see it that way, right? Most people kind of chuck all that out the window. They don't take long enough in the moments of high anxiety and the discomfort. They don't take long enough to take a step back and say, you know what? This is just my overprotective protection mechanism. This is just my bodyguard who's a little out of whack right now. This is just my guard dog who's barking a little bit too loud right now. This is just my guardian angel who's just being a little bit overprotective right now. They don't take a moment to do that, right? I made the mistake, and all of you, I'm sure, have made the mistake of, we didn't look at it like that. We looked at it like, oh my God, big bad monster out to get me, going to kill me, going to cause me to go crazy. I am being attacked by this thing. My body is attacking me. That's the way most people go, and unfortunately that is second fear. That is the fear leading to more fear cycle. You keep the nerves jacked up, you keep your mind jacked up, you keep your body jacked up. So unfortunately that's the way most people view it, because it is such a strong, intense experience that most people's minds go straight to the what ifs. Most people's minds go straight to the big bad thing attacking me, right? But now that you're here on the channel and you're gathering all this information, and you know that acceptance is the way to calm your body, to calm your mind in time, right? It'll heal in time. You'll recover in time as long as you stop pouring that gas. Now that you know that, you can start to look at it in a new way. Instead of, oh my God, big bad thing that's attacking me and ruining my life and causing me so much discomfort and pain and struggle, you can start to look at it like, hey, my guardian angel just a little bit hugging me a little bit too tightly right now, right? My guard dog just pulling on that chain a little bit too hard right now. See, it's much better when we look at it like that, right? It's much better when we look at it like that, because that's the truth. That's the truth. That's the fact of the matter, is that you've got an overprotective alarm system, and it's trying to save your life. It's not going to hurt you. Why would it hurt you? It's trying to save you. Its goal is to prepare you for a danger. Its goal is to make you able to fight or flee from some sort of danger. So why on earth would it ever try to hurt you? That's not its goal. Its goal is quite the opposite, to save you. So you need to start looking at anxiety in a totally new way, in a totally new light. Stop looking at it as something that is outside of you that's trying to attack you and ruin your life, and that sets up this vicious cycle of playing victim. And some people might get offended hearing that, like, how could you dare say I'm trying to play the victim? Well, when you try to play the victim against your own anxiety, you're already setting yourself up for failure, because if you're playing the victim, then that means you're looking at anxiety the entirely wrong way. You're looking at it in a very fearful way, again, as something outside of me. Oh my God, my big bad monster that is attacking me. So it's very safe to say that if you are in the victim mentality, then you're already looking at your anxiety the wrong way, as something that's attacking you and ruining your life and so forth and so on. How can we get you to step out of the worry and the negativity that's keeping your body and mind jacked up if that's the way you're looking at it? We can't. So we need to change that perspective. We need to start to see it for what it really is. And what is it really? Again, your overprotective protection mechanism. Your overprotective big brother, big sister, bodyguard, guard dog, guardian angel, whatever you want to call it. That's all it is. That's all it is. You've got to stop playing victim. You've got to stop looking at it like something that's ruining your life, and I've got to do this, and I need to do that, and I need to try to get away from this thing. And you spend so much time running in circle after circle after circle, gassing yourself up, lighting the fire, and then complaining about the fire, you know. And how are you lighting the fire? You're lighting it with the wrong perspective, by viewing this anxiety in the wrong way. You need to start to view it as something that A, you can handle just fine, and B, something that's not trying to attack you or hurt you or ruin your life or this, that, and the other, or something that's evil and bad. You need to start looking at it for what it is: an overprotective bodily mechanism, completely harmless, completely safe, and although very intense, don't get me wrong, it will start to die down in intensity when you stop the negativity, when you stop what Dr. Claire Weeks called second fear. And this is an excellent way to do that. That's the point of today's stream. This is an excellent way to do that, by glimpsing your anxiety in a new light and saying to yourself, hey, I might be very uncomfortable right now, and these symptoms might be very intense, and it's playing a lot of, it's pulling a lot of tricks on me right now, and I just don't feel this, or whatever. You can still come back to this statement. You can still say, despite all of that I just listed about how uncomfortable my experience is right now, the fact still remains that this is something inside of me, a part of me, that is trying to save my life and prepare me for a fight. Only there is no fight. And I'm not going to hold that against this thing that's trying to save my life. I'm not going to say that this thing is a monster anymore. I'm not going to look at it as a monster. I'm not going to look at it as a bad thing. I'm just going to remind myself, something inside of me wants to save my life from a danger that's not actually there. And now it's my job to prove to said thing that I'm okay. Isn't that a much lighter way to look at your anxiety? Isn't that a much better way to look at your anxiety? Isn't that a much more positive way to look at your anxiety? And if we know that the goal is to stop adding negativity, a fight, worry, obsession, rumination, if we know that's the goal, then we have to start to see it in a different light. There is no choice. You have to start to see it in a different light. You have to put down the victim mentality. You have to stop telling yourself things like, oh, this big bad monster is out to get me. And you have to start to see it as, hey, you know what? I can handle this. It's okay. It can be here. Maybe you're feeling more aggressive today. Bring it on, right? But at the end of the day, just remember what we've said today, right? No matter what your accepting inner voice is, no matter what you prefer to tell yourself, right, with the accepting inner voice, don't forget what we spoke about today, that this thing is not something trying to attack you, hurt you, or ruin your life. You are not the victim of any sort of horrible circumstances. You are simply viewing a perfectly normal bodily mechanism in the wrong light, which is leading to a ton of added fear, which is leading to this bodily mechanism trying to protect you even that much more. And it's a cycle, it's a circle, it's a loop. So no matter what your accepting inner voice is, guys, bring it on approach, aggressive, just reminding yourself, it'll pass, just allow it to be. No matter what your accepting inner voice is, don't forget what we've talked about today. Don't forget that your anxiety is not an enemy. It's not a monster. It's not a demon. It's not out to get you. It's not out to hurt you. It is very much something that cares for you and wants you to be okay and loves you oh so much, and it's just doing its job. It's just doing its job of trying to protect you and save you, and it has loved you more than anything has ever loved you in your life. And you're probably thinking, you know what, I never thought of it that way. But it's true. This thing is dedicated to saving your life, not ruining your life. You're ruining your life, if you want to get brutally honest, with all of your second fear. With all of your second fear, with all of your added fight and worry. You're the one who's keeping the cycle alive. Your anxiety's just doing its job. It sees you freaking out. It sees you not living. It sees you worried, right? And it just wants to help you from whatever this danger could be. It doesn't know that you're worried about it. That's the irony. It doesn't know that you're worried about it, so it's just trying to help you out, right? It's not trying to ruin your life. It's not trying to get on your nerves and screw up your day. And it just wants to protect you. And for so long, you have kept it set off with your negativity. And it's time to reverse that negativity. If you want it to quit doing its job, quit setting it off, right? You got to let that fire burn out, and it will in time. Maybe not immediately, but as soon as you start to remove some of that negativity, aka that second fear, it will start to chill out. It will start to cool down. But again, the main point of today's stream, you're looking at your anxiety the wrong way. You're looking at it as something that's trying to hurt you and it's out to get you, right? It's something outside of you that's attacking you from the outside. You're looking at it as like this different entity. Why don't we try to glimpse a new perspective, a more accepting perspective of, you know what? This thing is just trying to help me out. And it's my fault that I keep setting it off, but it's just doing its job. It's trying to protect me. It's trying to save my life. It cares about me, and it loves me that much that it wants to provide me with all of these awesome chemicals, right? And I know they don't feel awesome. It wants to provide me with all of these intense chemicals to try to protect me, to fight against the danger, to flee against the danger. And it's my job to start to see it as such, just a guardian angel, a bodyguard, and say, hey, come on in, you're welcome. That was a false alarm. This is a false alarm. You're welcome to be here, though. Thank you for the false alarm. Thank you for trying to help me. Thank you for trying to save my life. But I'm good. I'm going to let you do your thing. I'm going to let you sound that false alarm, but I'm going to mind my business, listen to some music, enjoy my day, be productive, tell myself accepting things while you keep hitting the false alarm, because I know you're just doing your job and I love you for doing your job, right? Doesn't that sound like a much more accepting way to look at your anxiety? Doesn't that sound like a recipe for success? I think it sounds like a recipe for success. How can I ask any of you that come to the channel and learn about the two main keys, live your life, right, those positive behaviors, and have that accepting inner voice? How can I expect any of you to do that if you're still viewing anxiety as something that needs to stay away, as something that needs to go far away, right? How can I expect you to use the two main keys if your dominant perspective is still anxiety is bad, anxiety is trying to hurt me, anxiety is a monster, anxiety, keep it away, keep it away, keep it away from me? How can I expect you to use positive behaviors and have an accepting inner voice instead of that negativity, right? If you're still viewing anxiety as a big bad monster. I can't expect you to use the two main keys and at least do a good job at it if your main mindset is still anxiety equals big bad thing, big bad wolf, keep it away. That's the point of the stream. I can't expect you to use positive behaviors and an accepting inner voice, the two keys, if you're still looking at anxiety like a big bad monster, like the big bad wolf. They just don't mix. You can't have the two keys but still look at anxiety as some big bad thing, right? Now, I'm not saying you got to jump for joy and love your anxiety every time it comes around. Oh, I'm so happy you're here, right? I mean, that'd be great if you could get there. that'd be awesome. But I don't expect you to be perfect. I don't expect you to jump for joy and literally throw a party every time that you're anxious. But what I'm saying is at least try to glimpse it in a new light and tell yourself, start telling yourself a different story. Not big bad wolf that I need to keep away, but my body's protection mechanism that cares for me and loves me, and it's just a false alarm, and that's okay. It's just doing its job, and it wants me to survive. But I'm going to teach it that I don't need that protection. I'm going to start to teach it that with the two keys. But while it is there, you're telling yourself things like that, right? That this is not a monster. This is just something trying to protect me a little bit too tightly. And that's okay. So that was the point of today's stream, you guys. You got to start seeing that anxiety in a new light. You got to start seeing it for what it is instead of calling it a monster, instead of saying, stay away from me, I don't want you, you're bad, you're trying to hurt me, you're trying to kill me, you're going to make me go crazy. You know, whatever it is you're telling yourself, you got to drop all that nonsense and start looking at it for what it really is. Something that's trying to save you and loves you and cares about you. Get to know this thing. Get to accepting this thing. Be friends with this thing, because really it cares about you more than anybody has ever cared about you in your life, and I can guarantee that because it's working itself tirelessly day after day after day after day after day after day to make sure you're okay, and you keep setting it off with all of your negativity, and it keeps doing its job. It never stops because it wants to help you. It wants to protect you. It's time to give yourself a break, and it's time to give the anxiety a break, and it's going to come down to you viewing it in a new way and looking at it for what it is instead of looking at it for what it's not. It's not a monster. It's not something that's trying to hurt you. It's just out of whack, and you made it out of whack with your negativity and your second fear. Same thing, right? You made it out of whack, right? That's your responsibility. That's your accountability that has to be taken. You won't get anywhere without some responsibility and some accountability. So start to view your anxiety in a new light, guys. It's not a big bad monster. It loves you, it cares about you, and it wants the best for you. And if you'll stop looking at it in a negative light and speaking all this negative BS, it'll start to calm down. Start looking at it for what it is. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching the point of the stream. We're going to hang out with chat now for a little bit. Make sure you leave that thumbs up if you did enjoy today's point. That was a good one, man. I'm happy with this one. We'll go ahead and get some music going. It's going to get dark in here for just a second. Charles, Sky, Andy, AP, what's up, dude? Or dudes? How you guys doing? How you guys doing today? Let me adjust the music a little bit to where you can actually hear it. How are you guys doing today? Hope you're all doing fantastic. If you've got any questions for me, now is your time to ask them. Ask away. Fire away. Another good one again today, you guys. Let's see. Sky taking over the chat today. Pretty good, thanks. Just getting some video editing done. Spotted Wonder Bro was streaming, so thought I would jump in and show some support. Appreciate it, Andy. I haven't seen you in a minute, dude. Great, Wonder Bro. Love to hear it, Sky. Love to hear it. How's things with me? I've spent a lot of time working in the garden today, actually. The tomatoes have grown so much that they were getting really heavy and they fell over, so I had to restake everything. Plus, it needed to be weeded and weed-eated, weed-eated, and yeah, so got all that done like early morning, and just been chilling ever since. Just been chilling ever since. Amygdala is a friendly skull champ. He is indeed. Just trying to save your life. That's all anxiety's trying to do, but we put labels on it. Bad labels, negative labels, which then leads to all sort of negative thinking. Sanchez, Wonder Bro. What's up, Sanchez? How you doing, dude? Hope you're doing fantastic. I'm gonna have a smoke. Don't tell anybody, guys. Don't tell anybody. I keep having a nap in our garden. Nice. Sounds chill. And I wake up to find loads of cats laying sleeping next to me. Don't even know who the cats belong to. They're like, this guy looks cozy, man. I'm gonna pull up a chair. I'm gonna have a nap with this guy. Good stream time. Appreciate it, Mint. Again, guys, if you have any questions, now's the time to ask them. I'm more than happy to try to help you out. Don't be shy. Speak up. When you feel that you fully recovered, what are some things I can do to support our community? When you feel that you fully... Are you asking what's some things that you can do, Sky, when you feel like you're ready for the community? Is that the question? Is that the question? Andy, are you in paradise? Yeah, that does sound like a a paradise to Mint, I'm sure. Mint, our cat lover. Hope you're all doing good today, guys. Speak up, man. Join the conversation. Hey, there's a lot of you in here right now. Speak up. Join the conversation. We want to hear from you. Yep, that is what you're asking. So really the best way that you can support the community after you recover, you feel like you're in the place to, just watching the streams, man, just interacting with the streams, leaving a like, just talking to the chat. I mean, just being a part of the community, right? Just being a part of the streams always helps. You know, any sort of channel interaction is good interaction. So, I mean, you're already doing your thing, really. I'm putting on my rollerblades for the third time. Are you getting used to it yet, Mint? Have you got the hang of it? I got an itchy nose today. I'm not sure if it's allergies. We got a bright, sunny, almost 80-degree day today, so it could be allergies. I don't know. I think my biggest issue has been trying to figure out why it is I experience so many physical and mental symptoms and like how it happens and thinking of other possible reasons instead of saying it's just anxiety. So many changes that your body can go through, not permanent, not deadly, not dangerous, but so many amazing, awesome changes that your body can go through. And I know you're not looking at them as amazing and awesome right now, but just so fascinating, all the changes that your body can go through due to anxiety and panic. And if you look at it, you know, that was really the point of today's stream. If you start to look at it as something that's trying to help you out, save your life, right? And that's really what anxiety's job is. That is what anxiety's job is. And if you start to look at it like that, instead of trying to find reasons A, B, C, and D and fight with it and argue with it and obsess about it, if you just start to look at it for what it is, hey, you know, my body goes through a ton of physical and mental sort of symptoms and changes when this anxiety stuff is turned on, and that's okay. I know that it's just trying to do its job, just trying to save my life, and that's fine. That's fine. If you start to glimpse it like that, if you start to look at it like that, your nerves will thank you. Your nerves will thank you. No, not yet. Goes a little smoother, but I still can't break. You're getting the hang of it. Slowly. It's all about practice, right? Bring home that gold medal, Mint. I like the way you worded that, Andy. The more you question it, the more you tend to keep it alive because you're giving it a reason to be there, right? That reason being your negativity. The anxiety wants to help you out. It knows that you're worried about something. The irony is it doesn't know that you're worried about it. It just knows that you're worried about something. So it wants to help you out. You give it a reason to be there, right? I love it. Couldn't have said it any better, my guy. Couldn't have said it any better. I'm so glad the Nightbot is working again. I know I've said that every stream since it came back, but I love my little Nightbot oh so much. Oh so much. I'm getting into a habit of saying that. Oh so much. What are your guys' plans for the rest of the day? I really have no clue what I'm going to fill the rest of my day with. I've already done all the yard work, all the gardening. Not really sure what I'm going to fill the rest of my day with. We are caught up today. We are caught up. Got a lot done so far. Hugging the Nightbot. How sweet. How sweet of you, Sky. How sweet of you. But yeah, I think a lot of people can relate to your comment, Charles. It's very, very easy to want to overthink your anxiety, just because there are so many strong and swift, symptoms and changes that can come along with it. But like Andy said, which was a perfect response, you give it a reason to be there when you start to worry about it. So hopefully today's stream can help you try to glimpse a new perspective, start to say, wow, this is actually interesting, not that scary. It's interesting more than anything, the changes that I'm experiencing in my body and mind while these false alarms are there, right? So start to glimpse it in a new way. Interesting sounds a lot better than this is scary, right? Than this is something horrible. Got a heap of house and yard work done or needed to be done. That is the question. Done or needed to be done. Plan is to try and do a bit more video editing, eat some food, nice, same. Then maybe have a game on, something to relax. I'm glad my comment has been useful. Yes, I appreciate it, Andy. Thank you. But that sounds like the perfect plan to me. That sounds like the perfect plan to me. I can always eat. I can always eat. I just got a giant box of Hot Pockets, so we're good to go. We are good to go, chat. We are good to go. Philly steak and cheese, of course, the best kind that they make, obviously. Hello, Sarah. Hello. How are you doing? Welcome. Who else is in here? Show of hands. We did do 2 streams yesterday, and they both went really, really well. So I'm considering maybe 2-a-days today. I don't know. We're gonna do some 2-a-days, maybe, possibly. We'll see how this goes. I feel like I got a little bit of a toothache going on. I'm not here. Hello, Kate. Hello. I'm gonna try not to melt on vacation. 106 here today. It is 73 today, according to my toolbar. Beautiful weather. 106. A little rough. You might wanna carry one of those little portable misty fan things. Those little portable misty fan things. Take Nova for a walk and stream, kind of like we used to do back in the old days. I don't want you guys to get too addicted to those. We did like an old school stream the other day. People seem to love those. Don't get too addicted to those. Those are a special treat every now and then sort of thing. Not to keep thinking on it, but if curiosity while on this journey, can our bodies be more sensitive to normal everyday things? Well, that's the whole point of the sensitized state, right? Not only can they be more sensitive to everyday things, they are. When you're in a sensitized body, that's really the whole point. You know, your nervous system is very tired. It's very fragile. That's a good way to look at it. It's very fragile from all of the extra load that it's happening to carry from all of your negativity, right? So it's very fragile. So everyday things, it was Dr. Claire Weeks that said even a simple trip in the dark can be enough to set off somebody in a tired nervous system. So not only can they be more sensitive, that really is the whole point of a tired nervous system. I sometimes forget that you weren't here back in like the early days of the channel, Mint, because it feels like you've been here with us for a while. But I guess that's right. You haven't been here since those days. That's right. I mean, to be fair, in your defense, sometimes I even forget how long that I've been doing this. So, in your defense, I forget that we've been here for some time now. Loving every minute of it, the ups and the downs. I gotta get a stretch in, man. I gotta get. Oh no. Pulling things off the wall. Oops. I'm rolling now. Wish me luck. Third time's a charm. I'm sure you'll be able to do like backflips and crazy like 360s in no time. Hi, hello, welcome. How are you doing? Can I tell my hypnosis adventure story? Yeah, sure, man. Go for it. 1080 to heel flip. I've never been able to rollerblade or roller skate or the most that I could ever do was stand up on a skateboard for a little bit, and then I got to the point where I could like move on it a little bit, and that was the end of that. Today is not a good day. I mean, I worked on my art, but I was emotional the entire time. Someday I'll figure out so art will be fun again. This takes time, but today was not good. Well, that right there is what we can work on. Why are you so quick to call it not a good day just because you experienced emotions? See, that's really what the point of today's stream was all about, is how people villainize their emotions. They villainize anxiety. They villainize feeling emotional. They villainize this. They villainize that. None of this needs to be villainized, nor should it be villainized, right? We get into a lot of trouble when we start villainizing things and saying stay away and go away and keep away. That's what really works you up into a state of nervous arousal, and that's what keeps nervous arousal really going around. So it's good that you made that comment, because it really goes hand in hand with the point of today's stream, and that's the fact that you don't have to villainize your emotions. You're allowed to have them, and it's okay that you have them, and you should stop seeing them as monsters and demons, and to feel things is not a bad thing unless we make it one. And when we make it one, you see what happens. You get into this big cycle, this big back and forth and round, and you're stressing your mind out, you're stressing your body out, and these emotions are coming, and you're saying keep away, and you're putting labels on them and calling them big, bad, and ugly, and they just want to be felt, really, right? They just want to be felt. So your comment came at a good time, because that was really the point of today's stream. Stop being so quick to attach labels. You gotta start to see these emotions, especially anxiety, in a different light, in a different way. I never villainize my emotions. They are precious to me, all of them. I just don't feel happy right now, and that's okay. Is it okay? Because you called it a bad day. So I don't. Do you really think it's okay? Because you're still using those labels, right? I'm not trying to trip you up. I'm just pointing that out. Maybe as you move forward, don't be so quick to attach the bad label to things. That might help you out a little bit. Might help you with your practice a little bit. And I'm glad you view it that way. I'm glad you see it as that you don't villainize your emotions. I'm happy for that. Don't be so quick to say that, it's a bad day because they're there. Good does not always have to equal happy. Good can equal experience. Good can equal learning. Good can equal practice. A good day could be a day with severe anxiety handled correctly with the accepting inner voice. That can be one of your best days. Really? See? we're starting to change things up a little bit. We tend to get into a little bit of sticky trouble when we are too quick to place negative labels on things, right? Instead of seeing it for what it is, seeing it for truly what it is. If I take what you say into consideration, every day is a good day, then it's all about perspective, right? It's all about perspective. What good does it do to place negative labels on things anyway, right? It's not helping you, it's not helping me, it's not helping anybody. Kind of a it is what it is sort of thing. And that doesn't, that doesn't always have to be good or bad. All right, chat. We got over 30 people, I believe, in the chat right now. We've only got 2 talking. Who's in here, man? Who's lurking? Roll call. Speak up. Say your name. Let's chat. Let's chat. Chat. Don't be shy. I'm going to let you get your full story out before I read it, Sky. I almost tripped. You're getting there, Mint. You're getting there. Might just take a nap. I woke up earlier today than usual. I did too. I'm right there with you on that one. I'm right there with you on that one. Very stressful 2 months. What's up, Richmond? Working hospice and the dying has started to get to me. I'm feeling burnt out, which messes with my anxiety. Any thoughts on anxiety from burnout versus other anxiety? So really in the world of anxiety, in the great big world of anxiety, there really is no versus, right? And what I mean by that is people tend to get it confused, and they tend to confuse themselves thinking, well, maybe this exhaustion is something different, needs to be treated a different way, or maybe this burnout needs to be treated a different way, or maybe. But here's the thing: the 2 main keys are very general, right? They're very general. They cover all the aspects of emotional stress and mental stress and the nervous system. So they're very general, and I made them that way on purpose, because then we don't have to get confused with asking questions like, do I treat this somehow differently? Because if you look at the 2 main keys for what they are, which is to have the accepting inner voice, which will always come in handy for real life or any sort of emotion, right, or symptom of anxiety. And if you look at the other of their 2 main keys, which is live your life, positive behaviors. Positive behaviors can be even something relaxing, such as kicking your feet up and watching a movie for once. So if you look at the 2 main keys, they're very general, but yet they still cover all the bases. So that's the good news. No, there is really no verses, right? The two main keys really cover all the bases here, so you don't have to confuse yourself with questions like that, Rich. You're right on track with the things that you've learned here. It's up to you if you want to pursue it, and if you do, we are here for you, and we got your back. Oh my gosh, my bed is so soft. That alone is making me so happy. It's the little things, dude. It's the little things in life. Enjoy them. Soak them up. I'm sorry, I keep bumping the mic. Crystal, thank you so much for the $25 tip. It says for being you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. First tip of the stream. Thank you. Let's add that. Thank you so much. Show her some love, please, in the chat. Thank you for that. We are on 170 day streak. I say that with a little bit of a chuckle because it's just hard to believe really at this point. But thank you guys so much. Appreciate you. Again, I'm not ignoring you, Sky. I'm just letting you get your story out before I actually read over it, so I don't have to start and stop, all that good stuff. Thank you for showing some love, Mint. Appreciate you. What's up, Jillian? Having some stressful times, anxiety has understandably made me feel off, because who wouldn't? But feeling the after effects of my anxiety keeps telling me that you don't want to do this. You should just clock out from life. But I keep telling myself, don't let your anxiety tell you what to do. And even though I feel like crap, I'm just chugging along. So probably not what you want to hear, but anytime I get any comments that are even remotely related to that, always got to say, speak to a professional. Richmond, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I'll get to that in just a second. Anytime I get comments that are remotely related to that topic, which I understand you're probably just coming from a place of venting, which is understandable, but you gotta see it from my point of view, right? Like I'm kind of obligated to say, you know, if you need to, speak to a professional. I'm just here sharing my advice and knowledge. So, but anyway, make sure that you're not fighting with that anxiety too hard, right? And you can tell yourself that you're not going to let your anxiety tell you what to do, and that's okay. That's that accepting inner voice, right? But don't get in too much of a fight with it. Don't sit around and argue with it, right? Don't sit around and have that competition with it where you're just fighting with it in your head, like, oh, go away, I'm not going to listen to you. I get what you're saying, that you're not going to let it bully you, and you're still going to do the things that you want to do in your life, which is great. But do you see what I'm saying? Don't be up in your head trying to fight with it. Go away, I don't want to hear you. Don't do anything like that. Just understand that the anxiety's there, And it's okay if it's there, and it's trying to protect you, it's trying to save you, and it wants the best for you, and that's okay. And it's okay that it makes you feel these things. These things are okay to feel. Start to embrace it, start to accept it, have that accepting inner voice, right? That is my advice on that. Richmond, thank you so much, dude, for the $10 tip. That takes us to 35. Crystal and Richmond, thank you guys so much. Truly, truly appreciate you both from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Show some love to the tippers, guys. Show some love to the tippers. Even if you're just lurking, it doesn't hurt to drop an emoji or two. Let our tippers know that we appreciate them. They are the reason that we can do this full time. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate the shit out of you. Thank you, thank you. I'm going half a car length a second. So in my mind, I just picture Mint like rollerblading down the road and typing. Oh, I meant nap and lay in bed. Okay, okay. I got you. You said clock out from life, which I've never heard a nap called clock out from life before. So my mind doing what I do kind of went the opposite direction there. My apologies. My apologies. That's much better. I'm glad that's what you were referring to. It's okay to rest. Keep in mind, it's okay to rest. I've never said anything bad about resting, right? It's okay to rest. If you're riding the couch just because of your anxiety, not necessarily because you need a rest. If you're just riding the couch just to be on it because of anxiety, then yeah, probably shouldn't do that. Probably should try to enjoy your life a little bit. But if you're like actually exhausted and need to rest, there's nothing wrong with that. Laying in bed too, it feels so good. This dude's loving his bed right now, and I love it for him. I am happy for him. Enjoy it, man. Kick your feet up. I need to get something to drink really quick, guys, because I'm like struggling over here a little bit. So give me like 2 seconds. We will be right back. All right. Beautiful people. Cover up the massive forehead. Sometimes the lo-fi just gets into my soul. Okay, let's see. Story done. All right. Suggested a person in the field of hypnotherapy. Gave the man a call. Spoke about my situation. The man said to come and see him. He said 3 sessions would cost $675. But that he wouldn't charge if he couldn't help. So I was like, okay, I'm down. The first session we spoke for about 45 minutes, some really personal stuff, handled really respectfully. During the session I went to a place like inside my mind which was linked to the things that the hypnotherapist was guiding through. He called this the clearance protocol session. I felt confident to give the man full fee at the end of the session. It was all in for the next 2 sessions. Second session was the most significant experience of my life so far. I'm 44 years old. The hypnotherapist took me to my internal power palace. It was beautiful, a huge domed building with marble floors and stained glass windows. There were 2 massive pyramids outside on either side of the building, shooting energy beams into the sky. I found the negative parasite that has been giving me grief and is able to kick it out of my mind. A ball of colorful flowers now lives in my heart space, and I found my personal power symbol, mental parasite. The third session was 2 protocols in 1. I went to a completely different place, which was outside and breathtaking. I've been feeling awesome ever since. Interesting. First thing I'll say is I wish I had more knowledge on hypnotherapy. I don't, right? So I can't really comment much on that. I have nothing to compare it to. I'll be straight up with you. I don't care what you did as long as you feel better. I'll just be honest with you. That sounds like a trip. It sounds like the hypnotherapist slipped you a tab of acid. But hey, if you feel good, I don't care. I don't care what you did. I don't care what you have to do. If it gets you to a place of acceptance, if it gets you to a place of no longer being in your head with the negativity and the worry and the obsession and the rumination, if going to some mental palace with pyramids and beams gets you to a place of acceptance, perfect. And I love it for you, and I'm happy for you. I love it for you, and I'm happy for you, and I want to see you continue to do good. I want to see you continue to grow. I've got no knowledge on the subject, so I can't really compare it to anything. Sounds cool. Sounds awesome. If it got you to a place of acceptance, I'm all for it. I am all for it. And it sounds like it did get you to a place of acceptance. It sounds like you're no longer in your head with the bullshit, trying to fighting with this and negative that and negative this and second fear. Sounds like it got you out of that place. So hey, it's cool with me. It's cool with me. I'm all for it. I just like to I just like to see people happy, healthy, and living their life, right? And however they get there, however they get there is none of my business. Eventually it's going to have to come down to acceptance, right? Eventually you're going to have to stop doing that negativity upstairs and start to glimpse things in a different light and start to live your life. That's how you're going to reset all this crap, right? That's how you're going to heal those nerves, retrain your brain. And whatever gets you to that point, if it's watching my streams, great. If it's doing whatever Sky did, great. If whatever it is, I just want to see people happy, healthy, and living their lives. So whatever gets you to that place of acceptance, and whatever gets you out of that mental negative bullcrap, and gets you practicing acceptance, then I'm all for it. I'm all for it. And like I said, Sky, I wish I had more experience with the topic. I don't, so I can't really comment on it. I can't really compare it to anything. So I'm just happy for you, really. That's my conclusion. I'm just happy for you. I'm just seeing your stream now. So grateful. What's up, Arlene? Welcome. How are you doing? Hope you're having a great day. But thank you for sharing regardless, Sky. It was quite the interesting read. It was quite the interesting read. I hope I didn't come off as rude by looking or sounding confused. I just generally curious because I've never heard of anything like that before. I've never read anything like that before. So don't mistake my. I probably looked a lot like this while I was reading it. Don't mistake my curious face, my curiosity, with trying to come off as rude. That was just a first for me. I've never never heard of anything like that before. I mean, I've watched a few things on it, like way back in the past. I've read a few things on it. I understand the general concept of getting somebody to an internal place of being able to really come to that accepting place, right? I understand the whole concept of it. I just don't have any personal experience with it. I'm with Kate on this one. I'm just happy you're feeling better. I picked up your comment, by the way, when you said, "Trust me, I know the difference." All right, let's do a quick roll call. Let's see who we've still got in the house. Who's here with me? Who's here with me? Sorry, not chatting much because I have my headphones in and I'm listening while cutting the lawn. Yeah, I had to do that today too. So it was about that time. It was looking rough back there. We got Ivan in the house. We got Charles in the house. What's up, guys? Mr. Stud Muffin. We got Rich still here. What's up, Rich? I do recommend yesterday's both streams from yesterday's streams. I'm trying to word this a weird way. I recommend the streams from yesterday. There we go. Keep it simple. They were really, really good. And if you missed out on those and you find yourself with some free time today, you might want to give those a watch. I was really happy with those streams. This was a good one too. If people are willing to take it to heart, right? Like that's the catch. Are they willing to take it to heart? Like are they willing to view their anxiety in a different way, or at least try to start viewing their anxiety in a different way? If people are willing to take the streams to heart, they can have a significant impact and lead to healing, right? It's just you got to take it to heart. You got to be willing to listen and actually apply it. I feel like people get stuck in an information loop, right, where it's like they become encyclopedias of anxiety knowledge. I was guilty of this as well. They become encyclopedias for anxiety, body, and mind knowledge, but there's not a whole lot of trying to implement it into their daily lives, right? So, for example, don't fall into that. Don't watch this stream where I'm like, I spent 20 minutes talking about how you should start to view your anxiety as a friend, not a foe, and start to view it as just an overprotective guardian angel, right? Like, I spent 20 minutes ranting about that, but how many people, because this is what will make the difference in your life, or not make a difference in your life. How many people will step away from the stream, and now when they start feeling anxious later, or right now, or whenever the case may be, how many people are actually going to think back to this stream and apply that knowledge and tell themselves something like, oh yeah, this is just this? Or how many people are going to actually try to change their perspective? That's what's going to make the difference. You can sit and watch the streams all day long, but are you going to carry that with you and start to implement it into your daily life, or at least start trying to, right? You got to take that first step. How many people are actually going to do that? I don't know. I don't have the answer to that question, but I'll tell you this. The people that do start trying to implement that accepting inner voice, right, and living their life, the two keys, the people that do start to try to use this stuff are gonna make progress, and they're gonna take their foot off the gas, and they're gonna start to change their lives. It's just a matter of who's gonna watch the streams and start applying that knowledge, and who's not, right? And I hope you guys do. I hope you do. When I accept the anxiety, I still can't do the things like sleep or study. There's no doubt that anxiety makes it harder to focus, so it might be harder for you to study, right? And there's no doubt that anxiety is a state of nervous arousal, thus makes perfect sense why you can't sleep as well. So there's no doubt that anxiety causes real physical symptoms that can sometimes interfere with certain activities. Nobody can doubt that, right? There's no doubting that. But the point is, we're at a place where it's like, this is happening, and we've got one or two choices. We can villainize it and add to it with the mental negativity and fight, or we can practice that accepting inner voice and start to heal. In the meantime, yeah, it might be harder for you to study. In the meantime, yeah, it might be harder for you to sleep, but we're still left with just two choices regardless, right? There's still only two choices. Even though these things are real, you are having a harder time studying, you are having a harder time sleeping. Even though those things are real, we've got two choices: either heal or continue to villainize it and have that mental negativity in that fight, which just keeps the nerves in a state. So, even though everything you said is completely valid, we're still only left with those two choices, right? We might as well go with the choice that heals. But yeah, I completely understand that it's not a walk in the park, and there's some disadvantages, to say the least, that comes along with being in that nervous, aroused state. nervous arousal state, it's got its disadvantages, but at the same time, again, we're still left with only two choices, and that's to heal or to continue the mental battle. So if you heed this advice, you will start to heal. I can tell you that, but it's going to be up to you whether you do that or not. Mint survived. Hello, Mint. Hello, hello. I'm glad you survived your day 3 of rollerblading. Been out on my skate 3 times now, but I still can't break. I'm still not a pro. Well, it's only your 3rd time, right? So you can't blame yourself. Oh, you said why? You're being sarcastic. Okay, I get it now. I get it. We're applying this to acceptance here. Nobody is perfect overnight. Still not steady on my feet. Day 3. Making progress, Mint. Making progress. Itchy nose. Anxiety analogy. You know I'm a fan of analogies. But there is also a feeling that says those things because patience with practice is hard. Yes, we tend to want the instant gratification, right? We tend to want the instant gratification. But bad habits have a funny way of creeping back up on you. So it's not, you can take the instant gratification or try to force it, but bad habits have a funny way of creeping back up on people. So you need to learn the skill, and you need to keep learning the skill until it becomes solid instead of trying to get that instant gratification. I'm speaking, mostly in terms of anxiety, but I'm sure you could find some way to apply that to roller skating as well. And I'm gonna be honest. I am struggling to stay conscious at the moment. I should have took a nap. Should have took a nap. I had a kangaroo in my yard yesterday, according to Mint Sky. So which turned out to actually be a deer taking a pee pee. We don't have kangaroos down this way. About 10,000 miles away. It did look like a kangaroo though, with the way that it was like sitting. Because it was almost doing like that odd crouch like thing that kangaroos do. My God, that scared the crap out of me. Soccer Mom, thank you so much. Appreciate you. I believe, I apologize, guys, for the low energy here. I was not feeling this drained when I first started. I guess it was all the yard work has caught up to me. Yeah, I believe that is tip goal. Thank you so much, Soccer Mom. Appreciate you. Love you oh so much. Thank you, thank you. Let's go over the list one more time. We got who do we got? Richmond. No, we got Crystal first, then we got Richmond, then we got Soccer Mom. Tip note says another awesome video. Been taking on your advice. 2 main keys, slowly improving, sometimes too slowly for my patience. Just like Mint was saying, right? Thanks, Wonder Bro. Can't wait till you get to half a year streak. Thank you so much, Soccer Mom, for the $15 tip that took us to tip goal. We are on our 171 day streak. Again, I apologize for the low energy I am showing right now at the end of this stream. All the yard work, I believe, has caught up to me. I'm not as young as I once was. But thank you guys so much for being here for the stream. I do appreciate it. I'm going to continue to hang out for a minute or two. I don't want to run for the door as soon as we hit tip goal. I don't want it to look like that. I want to hang out with chat for a bit, so. But thank you, Soccer Mom. I appreciate you. And again, guys, if you missed the 2 streams from yesterday, I highly recommend them. They were good streams. Check them out. I'm also still in the process of trying to adjust to this new sleep schedule, which you guys know is just you're never gonna feel too great as far as your energy goes. You're never gonna feel too great when you're trying to adjust to a new sleep schedule. So that's why we're here at 3 p.m. and not 2 a.m. Maybe you need lunch. I just ate a PB&J, but maybe it wasn't enough. Maybe I need a little bit more. Wonder Bro loving my funky stories. Like I said, I keep coming back to this, but it's so true. Whatever got you to that place of acceptance where you're no longer in your head with the bull crap, right? You got a new perspective. I don't care. I'm happy for you. I just want everybody to be happy, healthy, and live a good life, right? I love your funky stories. I love whatever got you to the place of acceptance. Just keep there. Stay there in that place of acceptance, and continue to be mindful of what you tell yourself and how you view the world and your anxiety. So keep it up. Keep it up, dude. It's hard to keep pushing on when everyone around you putting you down. You're going to run into difficult life situations in recovery, and that includes people, unfortunately. But even people, other people, can be a great test of your own inner voice. What do you tell yourself about the situation that you're in? Not only with your symptoms, but also with the difficult people that you deal with. There's still an internal monologue going on, and you're in charge of that. And ultimately, it's going to lead to feeling better or feeling worse. So you can even use other people to your advantage with this practice, even if they're putting you down or making it a little bit more difficult for you. Or maybe your life situation is just not the ideal life situation for recovery. That's okay. You can use all these things for a practice on that inner voice. We did, I believe it was yesterday, Dr. Claire Weeks said it's very much an illness of the way that you think. She's not saying that she wants you to fight with your thoughts and feelings mentally. She's saying she just wants to change the way that you think about your experience and have that accepting inner voice, right? I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of my day to try to stay awake. Maybe go back outside again and see if there's any loose odds and ends to tie up on the yard work. I don't know. Try to find something to get back into. If I don't, I run the risk of really ruining my sleep schedule. Because laying down or lounging on the couch is out of the question right now. I would not be able to do that without screwing up my sleep. I know me. I know me. It's about 3 p.m. here, so I need to make it till at least 8, 9 p.m. to be on a normal sleep schedule, sleep through the night. So that's only about 4 or 5 hours. I'm sure I'll get my energy back in just a bit. Alright guys, we're approaching that hour and a half mark, so we're going to go ahead and start shutting it down here. Thank you guys for watching, despite me being a little bit of a zombie there near the end. Thank you for watching anyway. I love you and I appreciate you oh so much. Throw those thumbs up. Don't forget to pick lettuce before it blooms and turns bitter. Okay, I'll have to look into that. Thank you for the tip. But thank you guys. I love you oh so much. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day or night whenever you're watching. And I believe that's about it. Pandemonium, good to catch you live again today. Time to trim the hedge. Thank you for being here, dude. Appreciate you. All right, you guys. Till next time. As always, stay awesome.